No. I just got done debunking Sakurai. But after uploading his latest video, I just had to get this uploaded. Because man, I found so many glaring flaws with his argument. And trust me, this won't be for the faint of heart.
はい、雑談の回です。雑談。
Oh boy. It's time to grab my bag. I'm not sure why all his videos need to be categorized. He is not a very good educator. He'll just tell you what he feels about his way of making games.
ゲームソフトって高くないですかとよく言われます。あくまで私自身の見解であることをお断りしておきますが、
Wow, it's quite rare that Sakurai tells us an actual opinion of his. Everything he has argued is an opinion that he tries to tell us is fact.
私はだいぶ安いと思っています。一人の大人の感覚としてこんなに多くの時間を費やせるものをこの価格で提供できるっていうのはなかなかありません。もちろん国などによって感覚は違うでしょうけどね。特に日本は映画が高い国ですから。ちょっと会合のための食事や飲み会をする。感激したり映画を見る。ギャンブルする。ドライブへ旅行に行く。ホテルに泊まる。食べ歩きする。などなど。何をするにしてもお金はドバドバ使われるわけです。
Nice, he just listed off a ton of things I'd rather be doing than playing Bayonetta. I thought these presentations were supposed to be short, sweet and to the point. What does all this excess add?
それに比べたらゲームは何十時間ものプレイを許容しつつ AAA タイトルでも1万円いかない程度で遊べるわけです。
After mulling this over, this doesn't make sense. You're listing full retail prices for physical games, but sales prices for digital games. What is the reason for this? You can get Final Fantasy VII, for example, as low as $30 today. Sure, used, but if you're going to share the lowest price for digital downloads, then why not do the same for game discs? There has to be some sort of way in Japan to buy used games. I have to think there is.
規模が小さいものなら1000円台で。ソーシャルゲームなどなら無料で楽しめたりしますよね。やっぱり安い。
So that just nullifies his previous statement. You can play smaller games for as little as $10. Wait a second, no, some games are free to play at no cost to you. I also find this to be a weird choice for an illustration. Why are those kids squeezing gray bars of soap?
何より私は一つ一つのゲームがチームやプロジェクトとして進んでいることをよく知っています。
Wow, breaking news. Games take a team of members to make. And Sakurai lets us know he is well aware of that fact. Thank you for sharing that with us.
ゲームの規模や制作物は昔に比べると何十倍何百倍にも大きくなり続けているのに全体的な価格はそれほど上がっていません。単純にゲームを作るだけでも相当な数のスタッフを支えなければならない上、販促、販売などにも多大なお金が動きます。
You know what would be a more interesting topic instead of talking about the price of games? How about how a game is marketed? How about investing in a game? How about making rational decisions? How about what happens when you try to spoon-feed brands to consumers that don't want them? Are we going to get to any of those topics soon?
こういうことを意識すると、やっぱりゲームは安いって思わざるを得ませんね。ところが、近年になって。
Wait a second. You're not even going to explain? Why games get larger but are still around the same price compared to 20 years ago? What kind of teacher are you? The reason why games remain at $60 MSRP, despite a growing budget and a number of staff, is simply because of the market. It's grown since the fifth generation. The number of consumers that buy consoles and games have gone up, and if that weren't the case, then either the price of games would go up, or the technology of these games would be made inferior on purpose to lower costs. How do you not know this? And what makes it even more bizarre is that you've begun to talk about streaming services that are available to even more consumers than gaming. And you don't even mention that these services involve ongoing costs. So, a subscription service isn't cheap, unless you just want to use it for a month.
もっと安くてお得な娯楽が出てきました。それは他でもないサブスクリプションサービスのことです。こんなにたくさんなものが楽しみ放題ですと。消費者にとってはいい時代ですが、制作者にとってはどうでしょうね。制作コストが確保できた喜びも
Oh my god. He did not just say that. I'm glad I don't have to pay for the fucking toys that I buy. What a statement.
過去の作品と合わせて競争する苦しみもあろうかと思います。サブスクリプション自体は映画とかだけのくくりではありません。ゲームのサブスクもありますから。
Welcome to the year 2022.
ただ、遊ばれないゲームは無料であっても遊ばれないものです。ぜひ遊びたいと思うものや応援したいものは躊躇なく購入し、サブスクならそれをプレイして、制作を支えてやってください。
He honestly doesn't know how game subscriptions work? I have made many videos about the Xbox Game Pass. And what I have talked about in great detail is how it works. So when you want to subscribe to the Game Pass, does your money go towards the developers of the games you want to play? No. This isn't true. Your money goes to whoever created the program, so in this case Microsoft. To have a game put on the Game Pass catalog, Microsoft pays the developer a lump sum of money. So the creator is already being supported. When you download their game, they don't get any money. Microsoft pays developers and make that money back through subscriptions. The only way a game can support a creator is by actually purchasing the game. Yikes. This is not a good look for Sakurai. How does he not know better? It's funny how he left out a particular game when talking about comparing prices. In 2016, I talked about why the Wii U failed to gain momentum, and it was because of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. He was directing two games at once, or two ports or whatever, and he wanted them both to be the same content-wise. Same roster, same amount of game modes, same engine and gameplay, release around the same time. Except he forgot one problem: one costed $20 less than the other. There was no justification for one costing $40 and one costing $60. So what happened? Of course the 3DS version sold better. The problem was wanting both games to be equal when one console had more going for it than the other. Sakurai cut characters because the 3DS version was incapable of it, when that was additional content the Wii U version could have used in order for consumers to have gotten it. Mortal Kombat was ported to Game Boy, and you know it's going to be missing characters, but that doesn't mean you need to cut those characters from every other version. The Game Boy version is supposed to be the cheaper and inferior game, and isn't supposed to hold anything else back. More consumers owned a 3DS, and it was the Smash Bros. 3DS version that released earlier than the Wii U version. So rather than spending over $300 like Nintendo were probably hoping, they only spent $40. So yeah, part of why the Wii U failed to sell units is because of Sakurai. Thanks for watching.